I was listening to two people yesterday, Warren Buffett and Les Brown, and they were both. I mean, they're both millionaires, right? They both have all the money in the world. But what's interesting about them is that they made their money doing what makes them happy. And Les Brown. So the one thing I learned from Les Brown, he had this whole speech and lecture on to keep moving towards your dream. Just every day, as long as you move towards your dream, you're heading in the right direction. Okay, and I started thinking about that. And there's a lot of times where I fail because instead of moving towards my dream, I'm confusing movement for achievement, right? Don't confuse movement for achievement. So this is pretty much in a nutshell what I learned, what how I took Les Brown's speech and lecture. That keep moving towards your goal and don't confuse movement for achievement. So I woke up early this morning, and before I got to the gym, I woke up at 4:30 this morning, and before I got to the gym, I did the dishes, I cleaned the floor, I changed the light bulbs, and I cleaned up the house. And one more thing that I did, the fifth thing that I did this morning was I took out the trash. Oh yeah, I rolled out the trash to the driveway. Now I did all that. It took me, I don't know, it took me like 35, maybe 40 minutes. But in my mind, I thought that I accomplished a lot. But you know what? I didn't. I just did chores that had to be done. All of those activities that I just described to you, none of that had anything to do with my goals of deadlifting more, completing an Ironman. None of that had anything to do with my personal physical goals. So you don't want to confuse any movement for achievement. So I don't want to confuse what I did this morning with going to the gym. Okay, I don't want to have start my day and say, oh, I started my day at 4:30 in the morning. I started working on my goals at 4:30 in the morning. I didn't start working on my goals at 4:30 in the morning. Okay, I started doing my chores at 4:30 in the morning, and then I still call it chores, even though I'm an adult that owns the house. I have a mortgage. I have a retirement account. I still call it chores. Anyways, I didn't get to the gym 24-hour fitness. I didn't get here until 6:15. So I didn't start working on my dream, my goals until 6:15, even though I woke up at 4:30 to do my chores. Yeah, those chores had to be done. But eventually, I'd want to hire someone to do those chores so I can spend all my time and allocate all my resources into chasing my dreams. Don't confuse movement. I'm sorry, don't confuse movement with achievement. It's a big mistake, all right? All right, subscribe. This is the channel where we work on our body, our goals, and we're going to work on making 2017 the best year we've had. Subscribe.